crack. But omanya penalty a share mbako. Minimum say Ghana is down by 1-0 with Germany. I mean a super and I say powerhouse a ban of football more. Nti minimum say second half no me so say asha say and say yeah bompire say Ghana able to me show some brilliance a bekata a 5-1 whitewashing no nti me boss we be din komo kakra afa on because near feel say ka ban we ba ye de omuntu to ye o maye no blasters ye because of ensemwa omumpenimfo ni di kan ye when they were in opposition, including now the president then candidate Mahama John Dramani Mahama yebehwe ebedi ehon komo kakra na afi so sani amunimu no Ghana de bia ye kan hosem papa se yetumi transema oyene ade a yebetumi aye biribi afa ho we nye natural disaster we nye sa volcano ni nya Katrina de tsunami ni nyama na esisi wo amanone no Nyankopon.
They had an academic or a special school Clairefontaine. Most French players ni alcohol you train one near Lizzie or Mama clubs. Then from there they can
French national team
Gala Mbappe Omi na hono mokoi
France ball World Cup and omo ball tournament na ohwe team na ye bisa o say efri Europe one we won because team omo nyina blacks
good
France national team
obi oni French history be catch say is the most dynamic country in Western Europe. Almost starting yen because of relationship with other countries. Muslims were Christians were blacks were sanity, Italians, I mean East Europeans. They've done it so well. Germany copied, and you know what they did. And can German play abofuno bat is Turkish for no especially and the Polish for no. German or develop here. No Obama ni crew. I say okay. In conjunction with former government, no a bisa government. Okay, you are good to go. It's the intake of every German football academy, which is every Bundesliga, any Bundesliga one, when the academy are one.
Okay.
Academy, yes. Academy intake no, 60% should be eligible to play for Germany.
Okay.
Enti nana amwaku wo ko no obano yesu Germany foreigners dey na ayema na mo bebo ma Germany dey kwan wo ho. Enti no mo kona omo said they be ya omo benya quality.
Okay.
And that's what they did. Enti no Kevin Prince Boateng. Jerome Boateng. Why did they give you Kevin and not Jerome?
That's a good question.
Yes. You say, will be a history, injury, discipline, our Kevin, affirm. When also you're different. Jerome, yes, ordinary player.
Yeah.
But he fits into the bill. So they kept him. So, they needed something. And guess who came? Mesut Ozil. Turkish.
Yes.
I know the same. You see what plans can do. Until 2006, almost still work. Almost 2002. The last batch of grown-ups were German team no FAD out. And on be by 2006. They did not host to win the World Cup, but to make a statement. 2010, the youngest ever side Germany did call World Cup. 2010 World Cup. 14 not the World Cup.
Nana Osha Obo Spain, Real Madrid. Enti Omumam Benin say very
no. Before Obefi Germany I left something out. Omo academy, no more template you dey chiro me na ade o. To say the chair of Germany academy and one chair Leverkusen.
Okay.
The one chair second tier no so. Omo academy bia one coach is here more template chiro mu. The 16 won call gym.
That's why they play German football.
Organization discipline.
Yeah.
Organization discipline.
Okay.
And through the side any shame penuma. Yes, we have it. Yabo abate. That was our system. Ni bibi and we are building honor. And come afraid in a fear or the bibi na two friend ba
Exactly.
Yeah, me arriving on say.
Okay.
But see, from now, Semenyo was developed out there.
Okay, no.
Kudus, you're training or right to dream. And you're preparing for Scandinavia markets.
Okay.
And of course, no, they are IASIM or they are England.
Okay.
Tutu said he was brought up in a different way.
System.
So also now others will be Germany, will be aha. So when you do that, they don't coordinate.
Yes.
You can have the best of players, but unfortunately, you don't have the best of of a team. Problem I face is no.
Okay.
It's more a matter of coaching. One, you change coaches, change coaches. Same problem.
It's a system that is not in place.
Exactly. Just put something in place. Plan. Success comes with plan, discipline.
Insa akanwo the sixth show ene enumre oyobia Ghana edana kuma so papa oyobia ono so ye kan say no kwa de PhD no he fits in enunti ye be share ne nso say yensa kan papa a ye ne no eba bedi enkomo afa Ghana mpuntu Ghana dachi ena Ghana enkan ko enunti mo be share ne nso ama na answer na me de ne be kire mu no production mesre say wodi slide back to screen so e dia mami NDC cannot survive without corruption and scandals. NDC cannot survive without corruption and scandal. We if as if for FM and omo mayeti asese Al-Hassan Suhini NDC MP Al-Hassan Suhini NDC MP no ama Ghana for assurance say we should brace ourselves up because corruption and scandals are eba be pie wo oman Ghana mu enya de wa. Yes, or say NDC cannot survive without corruption and scandal. And Ukraine no catch and say krono de ye den e ade a be koso e wo John Dramani Mahama Abem and I say amemum His Excellency. And na wa hyase e te e ho nsem so sourcing ni ade a e koso e wo road ministry and then me no ka say road minister etumi esinsan e share bishop atade sign contract sole source contract for on Sundays at the ma a year one kasa one enamfo and then yakeke count and ye be sharing so now so a year NDC signed 90% of contract on sole sourcing production Momoame NDC signed 90% of a year sole sourcing and I said in 2016 no nana bafo ewa and say NDC in 2016 almost signed and as almost award contract sole source contract maku and I said 90%. Not just say contractor abaya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama not buying at the Mar 2016 90% of sa contract no ya the ma yankasa ya ni ya ma tender ya ma open competitive tender ya frawa say brabeje 90% of contract at the nyina eye through so sourcing abrantia honorable Nana Bafo Ewa MP or one of the constituencies in the Ashanti region. If you also na 107 contracts acquire from fourth estate. One say analyze it and the dahono or say 100 and that is 24th March and or say 107 contracts analyzed by fourth estate were all signed by Kwame Agbuja. Not just say minister Onunkwano was signed contract maku 107 a year fourth estate for omo analyze. Also Media Foundation Executive Director Suleiman Abraham dismisses road minister's claim that sole sourcing data included projects by past government. Or say a year minister in somewhere worker a year his excellency honorable Kwame Agbuja a year bishop Sundays was inside contract no Suleiman Brahima say in somewhere papa ne can say sole sourcing data omodia banu ekania previous government so esensan na papa ne say eye tro enye no kure ba kokra enti ensem a minister no eka no otumfutro na ede agu Ghana for ani enti Ghana for mumma money and now that's why this show is there said the bia e be wani now so hu nia eden koso menya messages bebre fa online omo pese omo de messages ni band they are saying say they are facing challenges say technicians no enhwe man say course no ni messages about the doors pass people are saying that they cannot watch on Facebook and YouTube enti yedamase say mo de information no ede abre it is Sulemana Brahma in some of the two John was say minister no edi intro kese pa say contract maku dodo abegu abeto edwano minister na che say oh na do abre so no ebi ka ho bi na Sulemana Brahma che say there be almost a document no omo they read omo nti say ye mu bia ye nkenkan nti politician ne ba na wa eden na wabetwa yentro or the intro FM no kro FM or the frefra na waton ama ya ne enso yaji anom eye Suleiman Ibrahim said there be da omo de untumi mfa sa ade no the M4 ma fichi nti minister no etwantro o say enye no kre da say contract na and as a sole source contract numbers na abeto dwa no the previous government dia o sign here e kan o say enye no kre and afi so eye NDC running away from their own contracts. We in someone when we can in opposition. We in someone when we can opposition. And now say in someone yaka contractor one sign na enkrofo ebise mu asem na minister te ho na ono ankasa kra na nyema ewo contractor woman since mu a ye ka che no eye ne na obisa say are you sure say nsem a okay e contract no papa ne say bo enuni contract no enuni nti they are running away from their own contract woman sign they don't even know what is contained in the contract because ye pentem see enye sika near they run the next election. You see what politicians do to us as a country and then you and I will sit down and we keep quiet and the be am catch you say 70 million budget ayede ama fellas fufu kwache e wo Jubilee House mo that money is working and then they born say man o yusu skani ye enti womo people with conscience and sika enti they cannot talk and as womo kasa na omo danda omo no omo sesan omo tekrema. Men do no longer have principles. Me kai say ebra ebeto just say Dr. Brandon Champon to is it hotel or say Bibisa in the previous regime is it La Palm Beach production Fatu Wene Somami Professor Bafo Agyapong on Ibrahim Mahama or the Fatu Somami papa a ne picture no eye round or say space no a former UN governance advisor Ghana has now or did you maybe me face our position or see being the president's brother shouldn't automatically disqualify Ibrahim Mahamed's Daman bid. No be beka che o say 70 million dey bia fa ho a na say ugidia why e boni ana say wonye boni. Yes, Professor Bafo Agyapong or say this is from Joy News or say being the president's brother shouldn't automatically disqualify Ibrahim Mahamed's Daman bid. Edia na papa yi eka in the previous regime efa enyeme bi say ho professor or your professor was share homa ena mi bisa say papa yi beka ene obeka sa asem we de kire memene wo na se obi ka say 70 million Ghana cedis budget a ye de akọ Felix Kwachofosu eye ni office or Jubilee House no ye adwuma na se wo gidi a wo ye mistake ana papa yi a and I better again maybe say yes Dr. Brian Champon to hotel onko wi a say to hotel papa yi can say enya de pa yes o say enya de pa enu pono na nipa woto no onye president ni brother onye president ni brother and na de na asesa Nama president brother koto eye damai o man Agyapade dia. Papa ya na no asesa professor na said that American professor no onye obi a wonsua homa wasua homa kwachire. They are talking about patriotism, honesty and discipline. And nyama fa won say tia men dane wano. Yambrefie na sani ameka ya no but as mo sa video we mami NDC running away from their own contracts na yemra.
It as included in the contract. If you look at the company's own clearance certificate as included in the contract, this company says they have 4 workers. So sourced for big push contract. We are told no wheelbarrows.
Which company is that?
So I didn't want to mention companies, but since you want, this is Mr. Sanam. They are doing projects in your constituency.
Sanam doesn't have 4 workers.
I am not saying it. I am not saying it. This is the contract.
I mean, everybody knows. Anybody.
This is a contract.
What do you say to their documents?
Yeah, but this I can give it to you.
But you go. But I'm just telling you that some of
if they made a mistake, why did you sign it?
Some of them. I mean,
this
so
contract is here.
Is that debilitating? Is that anyway?
It is as a procurement person. So when I am assessing
on that point,
no,
Sanam doesn't have 4 workers.
On 25th. In fact, in their own data that they published, if you look at the date of awards, they are even inconsistent with the dates that the contracts were signed. So you know Sanam because they are working in your constituency, and apart from that, you are a deputy minister, so you deal with them. I don't know. If I'm evaluating the contract that you have signed, I am going by the documents in it.
Fair.
Right? Now, there is even one here.
No, don't intervene yet.
There's even one here that says 1 worker. One.
Which company again?
This company, Sweeney, you may help us. This is Mrs. Build Managers Limited. 1, it is here in the contract that you have signed. When I say you, I mean your ministry.
They are doing a contract worth how much?
This one is doing a contract worth 146 million. And there's even a lot about this contract that if time allowed, I would have indicated. Because the 146, 30 million is allocated for the maintenance of the Department of Federal Rules headquarters. The road contract, 30 million. The project you have signed, 30 million of it is supposed to go to maintenance of Department of Federal Rules headquarters. And it is not only this contract. In this other contract, 5 million is allocated for the same purpose, maintenance of the Department of Federal Rules headquarters. And I'm not talking about even the cars and so on that are provided for. So if you are signing contracts that indicates in the SNIT clearance certificate, indicates that someone has 4 employees, someone has 1 employee, and you are telling us that you are giving the contracts to contractors who are not wheelbarrow contractors, but contractors with capacity. Are you being honest and are you being truthful to the people of Ghana? How did a one company with 1 employee go through restrictive tendering?
So something.
Remember, hold on now. I'm not going to allow any one of you to come in now anymore.
If you look at the company's own clearance certificate as included in the contract, this company says they have 4.
Order for a year joint news at the Roman and Sakansa video. Per se, in some way, I can uti near Cosenye Muslim can. Ena a brantiano yabo video no dia chena na se papa na yi document no e dia chena still no one company a yamanu sole sourced contract. Me sure say your kasa say where it's almost share baby crest say oh don't mind them you go to my yama and I would the na okekem. Yes, you go to my yama and I would the auto na okekem. Yebeka o de enyahwe mubotoma yama kra yebeka yadwuma say will inform the people. 1/4 of Federal Roads office. Can you imagine this? The contract ni nyina 30 million, this million, that million. You find the same thing at your state. Oh my God. I'm a Ghana. Ghana God yama. ama Ghana. Na uti ho. Who you this new niaji is event back on friends day. Ejo. Say is a hope. Yes. Nyediye ama Ghana ni. And I think that politicians are listening. Say yenya opportunity say yembe sum o my Ghana. Ni ayede ye o my Ghana ni. Na make am. No whiskey titi ho no more stray. They watch. Yeah, we have information said they watch. No stray. Wo so kwa ye kan kwa me so say wo to ho no wati kwa pai say ade ntini ye kan. And I see dun ketia kan ye no. Omo general omo friends o chama. Wo so we sepre. Mama bae no uduku ba akonya no anebo. Nyam na meka ye wo national chairman ne ka kire wo. Ene no kre ana na see dun ketia e kan. Se be ya yenya ye di amanyo semas achi no ye be ya dwunu no ebe ye adwuma ama ye hu se enkofo bi use for their selfish interests. Now on that note no, the last one. Me pese ye tie omu buye anase omu di yeso this time around no. Ye tie insembia from omu mampaninu. Someone or can ye wo position a wo eto wadwem a wo ma obufu. I'm talking about every politician who can be a better than wadwem last week. I will say, yeah, Papa, no, you should be bold to say it. Who will be a say you can once a month, you can send it to us. We will be bold to say it. Mama me what NDC said about soul sourcing in opposition. Sa soul sourcing ya omode cheche no. Yentie mra.
When the NDC was in opposition, they campaigned against the abuse of soul sourcing. Here was Sami Jemfi holding the MPP accountable to their promise.
On the 8th September 2016, now about 6:20 p.m., or say overpricing of contracts through the use of soul sourcing is very typical of this John Mahama NDC government. Akufo-addo 23rd August 2016 on Twitter. Or say the era of soul sourcing will come to an end. Soul sourcing, ye chem, because soul sourcing a chrono. Or say we promise to move away from a predominance of soul sourcing to tendering in procurement, and we have delivered. MPP ba omunyebi, wama appointees warning mamunko yebi. Ono also say abine di niboshe so soul sourcing there omejai. New angle bi aba MPP for the bomb by no chrono ye pa. E ade a your friend soul source. Cocoa Road Projects company nkwenye ba ko mienu. What can a 83 million cedis, Tetisicano 830 billion. And Bawumia, Asanso Diama, or no one in your company. And also soul sourcing.
Because if 87%, that is 175 contracts out of 266, did not go through any competitive, transparent process, then it means that these guys are shortchanged us. They lied their way into power.
And Okujotoa Blakwa promise cancelling soul sourcing.
The promise in our manifesto, the Reset Ghana manifesto, Yeba amended the Public Procurement Act. Say single source yeba chaso. Because it's been abused.
Sammy, you're on record.
Oh yes.
The NDC had more to say about soul sourcing.
Or say we will abort rampant soul sourcing, Bawumia. Or this soul sourcing, ye chem. The exception and not the norm. Because soul sourcing, they are more minor eboka. So when you want some any when you want some
and when the NDC won political power, they affirmed their vow.
Mr. Speaker, will minimize sole source procurement to encourage competition, competitive bidding, and enhance public transparency in the procurement processes.
Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. But that is government bleeding, everybody cutting their pound of flesh. That must stop.
Mr. Speaker, we are bringing legislation to this House to tighten our procurement processes by banning sole source contracts, except in exceptional circumstances.
And let it be known
The era of the sole source contract is dead. The value for money office bill is our sword against waste.
While the government kept assuring Ghanaians, the fourth estate started digging. We sent an RTI request to the Minister of Roads and Highways on the government's Big Push initiative. And guess what? They responded. The data they gave us indicates that 107 contracts has been signed by this government under the flagship Big Push initiative. Out of these 107 contracts, 81 worth over 73 billion were awarded through sole sourcing. The remaining 26 were given out on selective tendering. This means none of these contracts were awarded on competitive tendering basis.
And indeed, Mr. Speaker, there's spurious information online that 76%
Honorable
of
Minister, just go ahead with your
projects
statement.
were sole source is also false. Only about 44% of those projects were procured through sole sourcing. And I state on record, Mr. Speaker, we are making progress as a House and as a country to make sure that much of our procurement is done competitively. But that is why I'm saying that those who claim to have done this so-called analysis based on data we submitted to them freely didn't help the country. Because if they did due diligence, they would have known that those percentages they put outside were pure fabrications and false.
The minister is accusing the fourth estate of fabricating data. That's ridiculous and utter falsehood. The fourth estate has relied solely on data that his own ministry presented to us, which he is denying on the floor of Parliament. It is worth stressing that the fourth estate requested data specifically on the Big Push initiative from January 2025 to February 2026. The data we have presented to the public is the data that the Ministry of Roads and Highways delivered to us. Today, the minister says over 400 contracts have been awarded through competitive bidding. Does that mean this data was outside the request we made to the ministry? The fourth estate will continue to present facts on these road contracts.
Samijemfi Akambi ene o Kokobot eye okujeto ablakwa na no den that time ene o minister for foreign affairs eye the former president, now president John Dramani Mahama, his excellency ene oyo mampeni only did the awards of contract. Kwame Agboja himself, the minister general, the sole source advocate, the bishop general Sundays nya otumi sensan sole source contracts. And after so mpenifor bebre edi sa enkomo no we NDC full soldier kai hu say they have started into come one akogibie obano bebe catch you say oh trying for second term catch is the second term be any o nya wu di sesi a no so me begibi because money sa ye kan ho asem no rofo enya de kitwo enti ebe hye ne so minko eye minua so very ma PCA Ochidako, very much PC Ochidako, oye Peninkesi pa apostle, who friend apostle and then near Papa. Inti apostle, Yansaka, apostle, and net, and me, Jumedio, so I know a better drink of Mokakra. Or will be a Ghana, Punto, and that Nakuma, Sopa, and some American was a mina, and your American was a mina, and the rock who say Papa. What trouble could be I from echoes from the Doyen. JB Dankwa and
to Ghana and Africa.
To Ghana and Africa. Okay. Echoes from the Doyen. JB Dankwa to Ghana and Africa. Sana book no edi eti. Yensa akanwa ha ya nene bidin ko. Minya boko de.
Nyame adumo na so e.
Nyame adum boko ye ho ye papa. Me kasana mtu se ora ho pa and so gra TV but sanity see it me magana for nya politicians no yes nya politicians no my omo say boy kono left right center and now omo be TV so no my so abofo na asofo bi so 70 million no ye mamum bi no mo so mo ba no mo kasa te say oh aban bi aba ye hu bi da la mo kai ye say 6 March nanka ye decentralizing no na obi wo ho no ma 6 March ko hu bi da and ye dey call regional capitals tamale me kai say voter region jama ho akufo-addo any other regions are Kenya the local economies in those regions. About under Ghana independence celebration no my Ghana country or Jubilee House. Until or say or Ghana sikan by you also call inspection of projects the previous government no shares here. When is come to one na born sem sepr nana sususu na that is Ghana for you. He say omo baby we be ka kire omo say is in na flag bearer tete ho o keke no na nsem a mabobo su yi be ba ogogu no so ba nsem a mabobo su yi as obia o champion say there will be self awakening of the Ghanaian people.
Yeah.
For us to understand who we are, for us to appreciate nyankopon dia maye aye betumi akrakra no akusa no ama mfaso aba yenya yeti asende any the generation yet unborn na otisa nsemu ise kofo akosa di tumi asen kofo nsa na womanya that opportunity, that rare opportunity na omo repay the state like this. Because nyamu say o people when ni ade sususu sususu eto say
oh areho na the woman say Ghana no yempa disua eno no ye problem na kofa sanse mu
ya
problem no if you say there be aya na me catch amafo say your problem ni nyina no a link to the founding of Ghana ebra ye gifa hodie ishishe ya ye ede to honum if you say wo chichiro man a broni say wo principles of nationalism ma ye de chichiri oman bia ma oman na ye de etumpon ye wo se wunya wo national philosophy na wunya wo national culture wugina so ede ye mra emra no na ebe chichiri obia ama wotimi edi so ama yetimi etu ede achichiri oman no denti a aban no ba obi o se o metwa so sosim nanso ontwam oba o se metwa we mu oba pe no obe repeat the same thing they say emra bia no a echichiri ye need what we call accountable governance say meka se meye bibi na manya emra bia no a ewo ho a eso me mu ma ye de meko enti omodo mini bia then they begin to do what they want to do and no na we have to go back to know said then I was ya ebetimi amaye man no etumpom na sa akro no boy afri ho ene noma bebre a emma oman entumpom no ayeden afri ho na one ewra asante kan blasters no meba ho no nyina ye won hihye ya yebetimi aye ama oman etumpom ni nyina ne say o chichiro oman a you need to have a sense of purpose but aye benti na oman no wo ho so hwe te say asante a mamemfa asante as an example ofa asante a omusu omudi ni kire say esanti because of war na danger ato asho moso ama danger du omoso in order so mo be liberate omo ho free danger no they had to unite and fight danger enti oman bi abeba asante so ntokwa no na asante adu sunkunim so what I say enti almost sense of purpose na a war. But what I said, Ghana, your sense of purpose, anything. See a TSC, will be a gun and wish you be a gun and Nibia. Ubisa so or man we, your botaya, your de wohosa or mino, and anything you. Now, so then you say, ye nibi, your botaya is to live the blaster dream. saa botaya na ma yedi konya the name Ghana saa botaya na ntin ye what the red gold green as our national flag ye mi say ho say nhihye ben na wo ho a ye de atiti nipa so ata say o say ye nara ya sasini e ya bo dendin ban moja na nanu hwegu di to word maran so aduro me ne wo soso say be ye bi atwa so oto enti den ye sa enwoma we no minia na wo say eye ntete ya ye de titi nipa tete no ne ye titi nipa ena ye ntete nipa enti they get opportunity into government no ma be we sika no moko but say ye shase na ye kire patriotism ebi say de na onabo Canada Agyapong eka no na ye the omani values titi nipa wo fie na the omani values titi nipa wo school ma people will grow to be responsible citizens. They will become responsible leaders. You don't expect to be on responsible and make control say me ba bema betwa so simu na fe do buy no e koso almost 146 million akọ contract 30 million and coffee the rules we ain't been koso any country outside Ghana
at all
because you betu embra wo ho a eberen echichiru eno na eba besi oma opanyina ye friend JB Dankwaso
okay
e say JB Dankwa na so dae say ye nchichiru oman Ghana eno na ofa nipa boabo nipa no enipa boabo amano no nipa wodi mu akotene baako ene Dr. Kwame Nkrumah say membra ye nchichiru oman no enu nti okofa concept e friend Ghanaism say ye nyina na efri Ghana ye ahinie bia na wo Mali side bia Mali ne Senegal wo no hona na Ghana wo Mauritania Senegal na Ghana wo Asian kingdom a rich in gold Ghana had a strong civilization no mu didi say agbefuo asantefuo mfantefuo no emre bi atwam no na ye nanam hona na omowo enu ntini ya behiem ha yensam we together biem ni enyi tribalism enye den emfri ho na ye nyina ye ma together enti enam papa ye friend JB Dankwaso ene ma igbefuo enkranfo asantefo eba together ese na asante ye oman a eda sononko na north ho nso so ye friend northern territories eno so so eda sononko ena hanom ye friend Gold Coast ento na so ahwe Ghana Cape Coast ye friend central region but nka so ahwe Ghana map Cape Coast nye the central region
exactly
because nye kan Gold Coast na eho na ye Gold Coast nti Gold Coast ne central ene Cape Coast enti Takoradi eye western region na ho ye for western province ena greater Accra highway ene Koforidua eastern ye friend eastern province nti greater Accra na ye for eastern because greater Accra eye eastern of Cape Coast ena Takoradi ye the western of Cape Coast nti Cape Coast na wo mfimfini ye for central region if say happen na ye Ghana no na Kumasi nka ho Obuasi nka ho Sunyane nka ho na ohon ye for Ashanti nti bro hafu nyina ne Ashanti region na ebom baako as one colony ye friend Ashanti na north so ebom baako ye friend Northern Territories and the British Trans-Togoland na opanyi ye friend JB Dankwa na
British Trans-Togoland no know ye him from
and only a part of Volta
okay
na Volta ni bika Goku so ho
okay
if I say aflaho nyina na ka Goku so ho eye Ghana ho
okay
and there was a certain part of Volta na enka Ghana ho omoso beka ho nti mpanyfo tena se yenka bom na yenchichiri oman ento mu ko hu otumfo 1943 ama otumfo ditumu se oba beka Goku si ho na de aprefa ho die nti edidimu ma ye nyina bebom baako e ma ye se yebenya one quarter na ya ye united na nam se yempe broni asensu di ntimi ye beyi din Goku na de afri ho ya kofa ye nananom din a eye Ghana no na de abeto ye ho so asekire ni se ye pese ye proud as Africans ye pese ye da ye bibisu ayden edi e de kire ewiase nyina na afesu ye didi se Ghana no na golden kingdom ye kan golden kingdom a oman a unhye obiase ana oman a onye second to none just we first class nation ntina ye dream ne say ye be chichire a first class nation in infrastructure in economy say Ghana be to say UK Ghana be say Japan Ghana be to say United States of America so over Ghana there shouldn't be any difference and development in koso normal ye basa no na papa man hihye ye say concept of Ghana is in 5 principles so person o chichiro man a na di kan e nyamesom se nipa besua nyamesu nipa beka no kre menua contract ya minister ko san ya o se yemfa 30 million enko federal rules office osuro nyame anko betima yesa
dabi
osuro nyame a enko ontimi nyesa
oye honest
yes. Ontimi yesa nti JB na concept of theism no a project honesty a project the fear of God a project integrity wo chechiro maya you need citizens omo ye honest omo kita integrity as no ma chechiro man so the to me show bin sa so wu nipa no so oye honest say nipa no prove on a track record him say okita integrity okita honest adwuma be na wo ye no kure be na wudi ya menji wudi once say o mani magu ase omo ka say ye ba so sin ye betwam we ye be say ensem omo ka ye no eno na ne omo ankasa eye ombo aye am say blasters na akufo-addo na ma blasters nkoso no you see that normal ekoso no they are repeating the same thing na say oni integrity nti undermining the concept of Ghanaism nanka ye wo Ghana man tim no na say ye bon content ko hwe ye jani mo de o man ne bae no enhihye no mo de to on eno na ye di so ana enya no ye di so
na Ghana man tin mo kura no mo yes ya
very good. So that is why there is the need for education and a book like this for people to be reminded say I have your share man as free. So what I say you need that honesty, that fear of God. I beg guiding the morality. I face with the torso patriotism to nation. Teteno na yetimika so ohini bi e de onwan ho aba for ye. So hwe asantemanya ye say ayi or asantefo himfuni bi no ye do omuti eja akyerema boesia ye say boesia ko enye nyobi ne kumantwi na boes na kwa diditi e eje akyerema na che say they believe say ese mi kumi ho ye den emema man eno na ye ntete no but eno no politician fi say ese ye ku oman no e de ma no nti onu wie oman sika onu fa oman Agyapade na mum onkune ho enye den emma oman enti a breakthrough say the concept of patriotism yes an champion it nti maka theism no and the honesty, the fear of God, morality no good conscience and the ba
theism ni spelling say
theism ni THEISM
okay theism
yes nti na JB dan kwa so principle a yemfa chechire Ghana no first one no theism ene na de nyamesuro nukuredie tenene ye edeba ese nipa no was antete no but so what I say very good near toso no commitment to state your friend patriotism
Ghana first year honorable
yes commit yes
okay the patriotism part.
Yes the commitment to state so what I said the loyalty to state to need patriotism any ho into most of microphone no be yes be say why na dem patriotism tete no enti no bi timi ka say politics in there and kakra intro kakra politics nya intro kakra nya kakra enen ke ma broni di yeso so what I say enti eno na tosu mienu ne tosu miensa abusua e say wo chechire oman a ye de abusua na chechire oman tete no na ohen no etake decision a ekokosi abusua bia so ti abusua bia nim aban policy abusua bia so wa sansode abusua bia peso pagya no ho so hwe ti se bia abedi pele above blasters kwam ya you above blasters they do you above blasters Jordan you above blasters I say wo mo no som Ghana through football nti abusua bia was some sense of pride obeso born ho modern e de ye and abusua break it down marriages are breaking and parenting aye basa that be sound say enkra no mobo mu ni ntete no what is their future ntina JB dankwa third principle or dey my say yemfa chechiro man no eno no ne etoso ye adehimama so oni Ghana ni bia wo ye odehye wo ye prince nti say aban ye nhihye ya ebe ma ye odehye treatment yenhwe the way a yetimi ko bu journalist yenhwe ye we a oyetimi ransaki obi fie say security fo aba ne titi nipa ne ye nipa ye ka de no obebi so won say eno ya adehima ma na
say political party bi enya tumi na emu nkofo na call state agency bi say ye betum ya pamo obi a afi ho
sa ntina JB danko ya against it nti sa ntitiye no ena na nko pese ye de chechire Ghana ko na kofa politicians ni na baaye nti na friend de doyan Ghana politicians ebeji foundie no JB dan kwa na boabo mu nyina no nti on na the most prominent amongst them.
Okay.
Tine friend the doyam. Sabato ata say nti na ne yeto ho no say Ghana ni bia benya santete no say de ummu ho kura bomfia e wo broni anim unyene say broni is superior ye better to say oh you this year you are a prince you are a royal aban no so nye policies a Ghana fo benya that sense of pride so omo ya this year ne yeto so num e humanism so nipa wo ye yi a odi bua nipa ye nye yi emfa mu nipa kwasea ye nye yi emfa tietie nipa so uye yi afabu society
ye yi emfa emmon omanfo no kro no
sa yen ko school say unim IT a na so the
bokro no o ya accountant na
no the
bokro no fefa ho
no ba ye de brodipa ye de ye papa entity ya na wo ho eno nti na so wahwe a NPP ba omuma social intervention bi te say NHIS de brodipa omuye bi te say free education at the Bonipa because of omo peke papa JB Dankwana the principles ni bi humanism fa Bonipa na no na santete no ena me nua from ena wotiri na nua Ghana ni bu kwasea ena Ghana ni de opeso ote ane se wo ho akiri wo ka se kodo me ho atimi na wanya opportunity de bu kwasea no so atase enye Ghana ntete no nti papa nhihye ya odaho for Ghanaism ne etoso ye wasi so betima akekere oman na ohia robust economy na robust economy no yenyina individual so ema individual empeja into ono no believe in individual entrepreneurs to say papa Kwame despite to say papa Kwame de Agyapong mo no ye aban nya hyehyeye empeja Ghanaian businesses but just what I say Ghana for only omo asset.
So that's why this explains why Honorable Kencity Agyapong unity so be flag bearer no na o share the business gurus all of them were praise and Kobenya.
Yes.
Because omunim say oye businessman ne de onim omo ha onim omusu a obetumi aye nhihye ama sabi omo business ayede atrive na ayede a trickle down the ordinary Ghana.
Na emna na ye JB Dankwa nhihye no no. Kwame Nkrumah the socialist policy buyer or state enterprises and a very large scale. So Ghana bank kesia na state dia company kesia dia na state dia. And a Kwame Nkrumah another policy of foreigners a large scale enterprise. Just also Shell, Anglo Good, or share MTN a foreigners and yes adeno. And a Kwame Nkrumah state and foreign partnership, foreign national partnership. Not just a bit is a vacuum. Abrofo ni be see back no but na state no share kakra wom and na Kwame Nkrumah say individuals say Kencity Agyapong no Kwame despite there mo nya adwuma kase bia o adwuma bia nya small scale nti na this small scale mine buy ya e de Ghana say aba no na Kwame Nkrumah mpese Ghana ni bia be ye adwuma kase adwuma be tumpon nti eno na air fighting Ghanaian businesses. But the downcore busier for say, yema the individual no kwine, not ultimate pushing. They stand for individual liberty. Okay. And you too Kwame Nkrumah and Sana, you bet many people like Kencity Agyapong, Kwame despite appear Minkan, Dako farms. You promote such people.
Into the JB Dankwa concept, is basically for the government to create the enabling environment for Ghanaians to survive and grow their business. We should own the wealth.
We should own the wealth.
Ghanaians should own the wealth in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what JB Dankwa stand for. Okay. They stand for Ghanaian owned liberal economy. Mema ba nye policy entina Ghana ni so.
Okay.
And first now individual entimi be university. And it took many years and some a Valley View University for it maybe be a private university.
Okay.
What I say? And the downquest philosophy, no, and they push people like Kencity Agyapong, Kwame despite, Papa Kosindum, I know you want foreign media to send that too. Exactly. But within Nkrumah's policy, no, it's only GBC. We cannot have done any one that too. Okay. We cannot have done any what join news.
Okay.
And JB Dankwa stand for say Ghanaians should also be given opportunities. Because Oma Ghana any opportunity, he can also show that he is somebody.
Okay.
Now, says, you see the drop here and drop it. Drop here, drop in the say. Yentini achieve the JB Banquest legacy.
Before you the dropping of the CD no about non kunu mame enji abo fo nkrato be si mame ba na mama watro so yenko break shortly na yembra.
Economy no.
Yo, other for me some sit and when me eguso and enumei me guest Belma PC or Chedakon what krata krata no efa in someone yedi ehu ngomo ne enumei no chechi na me na wo the
economy
no awasem
yaji independence no na British pounds no to Ghana's currency no 1:2 1:22 and check Ghana currency na check British yaji na ye ne dollar 1:1 independence. Now, because Ghanaians are not in charge of the economy, no, there were a lot of foreign nationals, no. Afibia so mo profit on benya no. Almost is going to foreign currency. Normally a freak or mine moko. Nti ekoba sa depreciate the value of our CD all the time. And until over the years, no, the CD no depreciate. And there's no hope for the Ghanaian CD. It can be artificially sustained for a while. Na say Diego. See a percent ahode ba the Ghanaian economy no ma. E say timi bie nyuma expanding nyuma near Ghana for there. And that is why I always stand for people like Kennedy, Agyapong, people like Kwame Despite Timo say, except Ghana for any bie who say private sector being the engine of growth at JB Dankwa Kayano or per Ghanaian private sector, not a foreign private sector.
So it's not surprising say Honorable Kennedy Agyapong the key campaign message was about job creation.
Yes. And when the best solve a problem, if you say in 1956, you have independence, and Bruni, I friend James Griffith, our British Parliament, as some more kind say, they should not cut the Gokus from the Colonial Welfare Department Act because the economy of the Gokus, which is Ghana, and like other colonies, was not designed for Ghanaian interests but for British interests. Ghana's economy and Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, no. Omotina British Parliament can say it was not designed for Ghanaian interests and Nigerian interests, but for British interests. And Timomon cut Ghana from the Colonial Welfare Department Act.
Abrana omo ati omo no mo kono.
Yeah, but independence no. British Parliament.
So omo my independence no krapua.
No cut. I'm interested. What is the Colonial Welfare Department?
I'm interested in that.
What is the Colonial Welfare Department Act? And no na yemwa. No more the Ghana, the Scabray in 1945. And then I know my friend foreign aid. To Monko Sumaya foreign aid. It say your economy and ya dia, a your modia. They benefit from the Ghanaian economy. And the only way to solve the problem economy is to push people like Kennedy, push people like Kwame Despite to create more businesses because Sikani stay in this country. So Ghana is and say, yeah, boy, a tumpon, yeah, boy, businessman, I mean a tumpon. That is what JB Danko stood for. And we have to come to terms to say, baby, your economy was Sisiano. That is what will save it. President Mahama Baye on Japan, on an Amamaso, air costs are foreign investors. I am not against foreign investors, but it is better saying Quebeco, Canada, Japan, Kwame Despato, Papa Kosindumo, Okobo, money investors that we are looking for. More investing into the Ghanaian economy, create opportunities for them.
Local business guys are on and that's what we call the family.
And then you lack of ethical leadership.
Lack of
ethical leadership. Ethical leadership, you know, so wako forward here, wako forward here, and on a conflict of interest. And yet, once in America. But what I say, conflict of interest. Wako forward here, and I to play a share con. Wako forward here, and I did that manage a man, and yet on the eka. And when they send a friend kukufu football, yes, who knew any my pass, Musa. But here the air can say, Ghanaians who are willing, government should motivate them. Government should give them incentive. And in America, can say, Obama businessmen, zero interest. Because foreigners never bahano or no interest na ni krum ni demand e kitu ebi into foreigner ni business or Ghanaian market in ma or ya dear sine the Ghanaian business person and in a JB Dankwa stand say the government should save Ghanaian businesses. They need a bit more holding the economy of Ghana.
Ma member mo ha asemo a wo kan ya na wo ka say your company lacks that friends ethical leadership. A yes, book was a PhD, written by Dr. Kenneth Cloutier. Dr. Matissa Oshe or US no how Chow. Oshe book room page 83 and I was stating a contrast between Honorable Kennedy Agyapong PhD and politics as usual. Senya you say politics as here. And Uba a year appointment and promotions are what we know as politics as usual, and then they say our politics is based on connections. tribal affiliations.
Yeah.
Or party allegiance.
Yes.
And then the Kennedy Agyapong PhD doctrine is saying that those appointments and promotions should be based on merit.
Yes.
Proving competence.
Yes.
And work ethic.
Yes.
So like you are saying, you know,
yes.
Say Omampeni John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, in any person or build a local businesses and as a local people to own the Ghanaian economy now. And you demand
yes.
Nia omiti sa or qualify on merit.
Yes.
Se nipa no or ye CPPs or ye CDDs e dey you. Because unim say obe to aboa o man Ghana or that record no. You give it to not only your brother.
Yes.
That's the point you are making.
Yes. Okay. And so JB Kasembi says so be a minister and be a MP or ye lawyer to the constituency first. And the people of Ghana and son and the party abem. But and then people are loyal to their party first. I don't care about their constituency. But what I say, nti eno no ma noma ekokoso nyina ye den ekoso ena ye ma adwuma ye family and friends ye nkrofo bi na de connection akoto president nim nti president aye appoint me bebre ono kra unim nkrofo wa appoint omo nti nkrofo no mo de nipa no ko exactly so mo enya benefit and free nipa no mo de ne call no ho a they begin to fight the person. And then people are not appointed for the interest of Ghana, but they are appointed for the interest of a select few. And it's affecting the growth of Ghana. And we have to change these things. See, Ansana, you create problem. Yeah, na problem. Yeah, you're creating your team. Somebody what I say. So these are some of the principles. Papa, a friend JB Dankwa, stand for. Yedibiti the new patriotic party. I believe say Ghana for far ebeboa. Afesuno
so these are captured in these are captured in the book.
Yes.
The echoes of from the Doyen JB Dankwa to Ghana and Africa.
Yes.
Making kind kakra, especially page 140. Ana wo kasafa Ghanaism. Am I right?
Yes.
140 page 140. Ghanaism. What JB Dankwa ne philosophy and his thinking of who a Ghanaian is.
Yes.
Am I right?
Sure.
Okay. Now, Sakrata will say, Obi Fair no person yebia. I even obey to me and easily.
Kingdom Bookshop.
And I yet tell you, Mitra, what the auto mankind from mankind in first page. For 141, you will thank me.
EPP Bookshop and Kingdom Bookshop. Legon branches, Kingdom Bookshop. But we are also linking of other bookshops in Accra. It will also be available on Amazon very soon. Oh, there be no bonnet.
But I am
manageable. 246 manageable.
No, just any bone said that it's less than 300. Now I page 140 now make you will thank me. That is what Ghanaism is all about. But there you production is a bit to me of a course kakra mo mama huna ye beautiful lines no na elikem ye beautiful lines no na ye ntumi emfa eye course no ba ku mienu bi rofo wani eguso a wo hwe the seat show some for the flag bearer era meti edwom ene enumre mama beautiful lines 024 05508990 024 550899 ye share politics of lies, politics of propaganda, idea kokona politicians ekache say tuntum or my Ghana or dona I see a woman or my Ghana. That patriotism, discipline, and then honest in nature no and idea aboy and send ya Jones or abo akoko and ultimate guess a boy am I to me a disanko way. Men for for so hello.
Flag bearer, the flag bearer.
Now hey me I say
I
know say Germany I said Ghana 2-1 Ananikobo.
Oh, now black side to me money that would be
and you may have be a day. Yeah, man, Penny say obey no a local team or the local players in the Bako body. You say, yeah, share him say obey is an yamai.
or Mampeni Mahama and a pound for an attack.
Yeah.
Sagbera.
Yes.
Oh dear, Messro.
Young Queen,
you're fun and to her. Black and somebody. So, for best stories you are. And come, blue, I would to her now, bed, Gino, and Papa. Sagbera. That said to me, a man did before war position. Mahama and Nanka said, was a president, you know. Was it Ghana? Or Mampeni, a Nanado, a better so, Bibia Jebu, and a black house said, Wanka.
Yeah.
What are you? Who buy your friendly matter? You walk with the 5-1, my God, I was watching 2-1. Young man, 20. And they got 2014. I say, you're 1-1 in a 2010, so we say 1 day. If you be an enemy, I will say German better. Okay. I'm saying, kind of correct. Mutibuno, and yet, when I'm moving away, and then you are a team. I'm not moving away. Why are you going right up? So I'm a man comments about my main chair in the maid. Baby on Robo Ken. It will be Ano. Michiano. That means Chia Mebra, what you book. Awurade amani nimdeni nyansa no de asebu kwabra nyamenchira wo de obu koro bomadi abami bi wo afikotu ono abotani kuro na making head na me hear me papa that say abaye de bobo peti no ho ye de bobo ba o man pani de maham and the he box side no person odi man ni a enye no kore papa yakwa tati asa be bi o man so na Ashanti gold man say what it. No man bezu no mukuno. Na do buy ye. And now the bully was more true to isu chia na do say boy na me peja obwase gold man no. I wo man wo peja. And ta papa ya we eta kwaje da man gold man ataja maninia. Therefore you wo hu ye no go slow. Any nyimi no. About bunny any on penny Mahama any the family you know. To what you say? Why engineer here you know Mukasa Media? Why na na you Mukasa Mako? Na you tell me the fee. And why should I don't go to no? Yes, I the fee. Oh no. I just want to go to her. Yes, I the fee. Try better. Say I'm paying on your Ghana for your house. Told me I can't tell you or Mampeni Mahama. If that by my way na Ghana no a double eliminate. A minister, I don't wait. The man will be now. What you say, Papa, Yami, Israel, a year, Anani, Kobo, Minfa, or Frefwa, or Tosho. Hello? Hello? Hello, Pachok, Meton Kakasa. Yes, I will deal with your face.
Only Syria, that's first, because I shall be for now.
Okay, all right.
Sham papa na boka ya kopro kwa ya phone. Baby we will papa me sham. Ya kopon mo dan kwa any ni any sorry papa e do wase. Ya den ka say. O say you spend kwanta say the back na phone na Ghana wampa. I think they say. Na no Ghana phone. Ata say intinu na jo mama o ye bebe na enye e di fu do tu ya maye etie. E to say wa. So for the on na boka ya kopro kwa ya phone okata. You can go to four, you can go to four. Get the copper pay at Sika up the whole gun upon the work. You need to be our and I could be up and I yet no way to do factory. Many put a senior or batten the others who get when you get it. You between the body and another body that give factory, you put the work up the hook and I chill all the gun here. You pass the pump to be associated. What I say? Shit, a month in four. Only a 2 years, as somebody was from somewhere. It's a still with you figure on a pop. You see, but there no shot, make us a shot. Fagbalia, light off, Joma, I beg for Joma.
Light off, as I'm now okay.
Light off from 2 hours, let it do something better 2 weeks. It will be no better. If we can affect me, but we need the whole of the Joma. Yes, we believe the whole of the Joma. Then you see, but put the mistake, Sepa, again. On my President Mama, because so much. Then you didn't show her. Let of a country yet again for missing very black of brands of Agbalia. The person can be very fast, and not Yakupa, the mind can come with you. Yakupa said, baby, I'll be on one answer.
That's it. A year Ghana first, and also the free a year Blakuma North at the buy and refer of Frenfort or Tosso. Hello. Yes, I
Maje.
Yeah, ni ampacho Daniel ni.
Yemi ti ya no.
Daniel abekan kasa mami.
Ebe nyo yaje. Eyi ate, osi bia ebubo kokuya. Ebubo wa. Ọmọntani dada mahama first no ọmọntani dada. Ọtí nana do amebi ayẹ bàtà ama ebi aka brasta. Kata na nana do nana ẹbọ 5. Ọmọntani ntaki yẹ ntina yẹ nṣẹ brasta. Ẹnẹ ọ̀nà ọbọ 9. Yẹ bọ ọtọ kọkọrọ ntiri sẹ.
Wàṣẹ 1.
2 months, 1 Yẹ di wey na ọkọ wẹka. Ọmọ akọ àbí fine. For wẹka. Daniel. Appeal for funds no woni ni abepie mu. Engrofo keka say saa yesi $100,000 ni ade $20,000 na engrofo ye yi no. Ye pacha wo say wo de bra be kan bi. Ba be promise de be ma contract a wo benya sika de ade atu sika. And abeto system nti saa asem no de wo kan no kan yi. Me ba ho. Say ayari president of hospital mo yare omu nya empa. Ayari president hospital ni nya empa ndafo. Ghana for nya asem. US ka krenti $10,000, $20,000. And to put ko bo a, mo ka say President Mahama you say, I think now about one thing. It's my people can't never talk bed and from my yard. Would they call US? I could say now back. That's better. O man, you're not third course. I'm saying one, or money with you. You're going to be here. Or we are cross the papa, mechanic in the end to service. So, MP Ben now, which is in the MP now, which is in the Kai. I am going to policy for. Or choosing you into the Akaye. And so, MP will be able to pay. Who is the young control America? So, by only a year, but I say, Daniel, our Dini fee, Abeka and a ban, Minia Mefro, what? Hello? Yeah, Shaib. Yeah, salam alaikum. Let's say. Nyamiadum. Amen.
George, Mr. Timma, Mr. Ganaka, akufo-addo, any Dr. Mahmoud only tapping. Amukata bata. And can this is part of the I said, I should check me. No, I'm not Muslim. And yes, sir. Uber cars, Papa, no, be. No car, somebody. I didn't tell me, where near you. Ghana, the Yakuba, and people who come from Beer Couple, into Ghana, you are. No. Salam alaikum.
Shaibu nini kasa mami fa be 1 or 2 calls me. Hello. Yeah, offer me tunga udini be your fifi.
Efeni jiwa mkasesi sound.
But what's the first say?
Joel mkasesi sound.
Joel is a one.
Yeah.
Pacho kasa mami.
Yo. Pacho mamu na good evening.
Yeah, Joshua. But ma oneso kakra wadaro.
Good evening.
Good evening, boss.
I must make my promise. And the first time I made the TV not to Michelle.
Yeah, that's it.
Conversation. Come on. Send our man to train, send our man and can't go back on him. And Mr. Momo Ding, I'm a country former finance minister. So, Omo is American Ombra. That's it. Sikana, I want to say now we do a minor fasono. Or the bar will be baby. Edia tompa edia ma hospitals na wonye bia tena medama se na kopon mu yejuma
that's Joel edine defi eye insom and a ban what tunkra edia ma former finance minister mefa me last caller. Hello. Oh, so me catch you no I fa back ele ke mbo me na me fa eye back na yenko. Hello.
Hey,
Aja. Oyo Dubai, ofana bo.
Yo, nyumba ato no.
Okay.
Yo, barka da sallah.
Barka kande.
Manya hame homoni ma homi mayi.
Aja wa yo no yese egbe.
Kaka yo te.
Modomo.
Yo,
Dubai. Yo.
Blackberry, God
yes,
bless.
Yes, Ajia.
God bless over FM.
Bye-bye, Ajia. Meba fie na mabe Jimmy, sanla emu na isani se mi fanche okra Ajia. Nyame show bebre se ya otahwe the seat show. Mila mire no aye bia ni sa. Mami mo be a minute or so na fa wrap up mami na. You say goodbye to because my wife and friend said you're not ready.
The American chair at here for they say Mom give up on Ghana. There's hope for Ghana. Let's believe. But see, what we have to do is to visit the principles of your founding fathers. JB Dankwa Edimo Akotine.
Which are in short
principles. The principles of Ghanaism, ethical leadership, accountable governance, liberal economy, the rule of law. Say far or money pija in no time. See it me per leaders will be creative jobs. I'm a Ghana for discipline, juma, honesty, juma, patriotism, juma. This country will move. But in fact, honesty, you get the leadership, the NDC for Edema Siciano. Why the titi almost on cano correct? Ubian what dance antitiano Edemomo. Is a minimum we expect some backano crowd. We are also making a mistake. They don't speak the truth. And it's there. President Nwaka, truck a crack, or crack a crack, and run a year on. But that does not mean we should give up on Ghana. We should not give up, but I will admonish listeners to say, get a copy of my book, Echoes from the Doyan, JB Dankwa. Go to Legon Bookshop, EPP, Kingdom Bookshop, and some other bookshop like Blue Knight, and you will get a copy, and it will be a blessing to you. But don't give up hope on Ghana. Still believe in Ghana. Ghana will get to its destiny and be a first-class nation.
But that's it. Also, Drew, get a copy in there. Just a profile, actually, not just a profile. Yes, yeah. You better see. You mean so? Papa, what I knew your in-depth analysis. I would have bread. Yeah, now, ya feel until you be ma una in titia. Ewo eye jume di ewo. So esane say ubie ye ni umayete ye ho ase. Na sa Ghana is in page 141. I made the power because you can replace the Ghanaism with the patriotism now. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong come. Am I lying? Exactly. But me, I replace Ghanaism no with the patriotism. That's why I am an Egypt baby. Say also beji a copy of the book. No na also working kind. Now I'm what to me. Who say Ghana? It's no. I am no. Yet trust dia. Among for for politicians no. Omo de a year 6 ebedane ye 9. It yes to me as a chi. A bonnet to me can be almost say no more yenu yenu. No more yenu. Yenye de bia no mbefa ye no mu esa eye the seat show na ye de aba awie ye nyame ya adomo wukoda ebei ye betumi ahia e wo fidua we mu na memmo eye mpanifo akese eye Mr. Entry any enumre ye say wo de wo ye fan of the seat pa wo hwe eye ene Mr. Jumo e wo US ene enumre ye say oso wo hwe Mr. Kwaku Dua me senior man ene enumre me salutu wo ye coordinator e wo eye Pokwasi A ena afi so Agyapong also oye coordinator Pokwasi B mumpenifo I hold so much respect for and then me mate say also mo share the seat show nyame ensra obi bia wo a share wo a send a message wo a ofra nyankopon ensra na kai hu say nyankopon ono na ushira memma obi emmo anase wankasa kra memmo hu abofia na me giri say nyankopon ya adoma wo kwada ebe yebehia na ye another episode of the seat abro Ghana nti na ya yeshia nyame ensra obi a